should be like you, Mel?
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Cherries fans, wherever you're watching from in the world right now. Appreciate you being here this evening after the delayed, what did we call it this morning? Technical errors from my side. As you can see, don't have the normal background with all of the Cherries memorabilia, but welcome, and please welcome my co-host, Malcolm. Welcome, Malcolm.
Yeah, good evening, Ollie. Good to see you down the pub.
Yeah. If there's any issues hearing me, I do apologise. I am cornered away in a quiet little pub somewhere while people are eating. So I'm just trying to be as pleasant as possible while delivering this evening. However, it's almost like a reaction show because of last night's antics, shall we say. There's a lot to discuss. There's some strong words, I'm sure, to come across in the chat and from me and Malcolm. I definitely have my opinions on it, and I know that Malcolm does. So that's going to be the main discussion of tonight, and I'm going to get straight into it because I do have some feelings and emotions, and they've been bottled up all day. What are you pointing at?
Chat, mate.
The chat. Let's say hello to the chat before I get explosive and into the game last night. This is not Cherry Snaps. This is Cherry PM. Good evening, Cherries fans, Malcolm says. And Liam Humby says the same. Good evening, Cherries fans. Dan Short. Evening, Dan. I've got a feeling we lost because of the many changes. We're going to come on to that. Yeah, for sure. Ethan. Oh, no, sorry. Daniel. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dan. Nice to have you here tonight.
Yeah, good evening, everyone in the chat.
Ethan Bernie, evening lads, shocking night of football last night. Yeah,
you're still angry, Ethan?
I share his emotions a bit. I'm not going to lie, Malcolm, just a little bit.
You didn't see his comment this morning, did you?
No. Look, let's get straight into it. Because we know that here we go. Ethan, I'm still so mad, Malcolm.
Oh, come on! I said time's a healer.
And Sean, well, that didn't go as planned. Look, let's get into it. Yesterday morning, we said what we think the team lineup should have been. We both agreed that we think there should have been maximum 3 or 4 changes. Those being new changes, if that's what they wanted to go with. It was extensive. It was an extensive change of the starting lineup, and there's only 2 avenues of thought that I've got as to why Andoni's done this. He's obviously come out and said a number of words afterwards about how he's made a mistake in a number of areas. But crikey, the attitude last night didn't feel like Bournemouth. The mentality didn't feel like Bournemouth. The frame of mind, the effort to get to the first touch. The way I can express that more is by the second half when Senesi and Semenyo came on. you started to feel a little bit more of what Bournemouth were about. There was more of the kind of Bournemouth plays. There was more attacking. There was more communication. There was, a bit of flexibility and a bit of give and take on the pitch. Whereas before that, it was a calamity. Malcolm, give me some thoughts there.
Okay, then bear in mind, I picked it up from reports. I did actually listen on the AFCB side. They had Radio Solon on there, so I could obviously follow there with the co-commentator and get, a good insight into what was happening, one thing and another. Firstly, like Ollie said, when I saw the lineup, I was a little bit shocked, to be honest here, because even we didn't foresee that. Okay, if you look at the game going on, like I said, what I've heard and read, that playing against Brentford with a low block, didn't really want to do much, to be honest here, that they sat back, and with the team we put out, there was one cat and mouse chance they were going to break that down, to be bluntly honest. Even with a full starting lineup, with all the first team players in, they would have had a hard job. You got Brentford, you got Palace, teams like this who play, more or less the same way. They got to learn how to beat that system. It is a tough cookie, but yeah, with all the changes coming in, I just always mental. I'll take my hat off to Andoni because he did say it's on his cap, as the Germans would say. It's on his head. So it is what it is.
And that's partly where I have to curb some of my emotion towards the game, right? It's because if there was ever a time for someone as intense and as over the top as Andoni as he is as a character to go, right, let's test these players without affecting the Premier League, which is the absolute top priority. He's going to do it there and then while we're still in the transfer season. So from that perspective, I can understand and completely see, but that wasn't what his thinking was, and that's why he's apologised for the mistakes that he's made. So he obviously didn't go out with that perspective.
No.
And look, we dominated on most of the stats in the game. We missed out on chances. We got dragged in to aggressive tackles, to challenges that we shouldn't have been making. To everyone was getting frustrated. It just didn't click. And the only thing I can take from that is the fact that we now know it didn't click. So we have to learn from all of the things that happened yesterday and last night. Like, there is so many things to take away, and we just have to learn from them to be able to adapt. And there is certain players that stood out, and there is certain players that did give their all, but there's others that lost their head, and I don't think deserve to be taken into account moving forward in a Premier League Bournemouth squad. Yeah,
fair point.
I'm just going to go to the chat briefly. Sean, previous seasons, I would agree about the team, but they are not development players. They are basically first-team players with experience. Yeah, I mean, but this is what happens when you don't have players that click or gel immediately. Diakite, I think, was a unicorn. France to Anfield, fit in, did very well. Got his time and his minutes yesterday. I think he's done what he needed to do, but everyone else, I think, it's just been a bit too heavy. It's too much happening, too much intenseness, too many people trying to prove themselves at one go. Don't know. Just didn't work out. It was never going to happen. No. I think that's Craig. Craig says, brilliant new setting this, Ollie. Need to get up to this pub. Yeah, for sure you've worked out, we're in a pub. Yeah, I'm in a pub. We do like pubs. We do indeed. Ethan Burney, can I say Soler looks good and needs more game time? He's very fast.
One of my picks, mate.
Sorry, say that again, Malcolm.
I was going to say he was one of my picks because it was an obvious choice to give him some minutes. So I'm not surprised that he looked good, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Hope he gets some more minutes, but behind Trofeo it's going to be difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to come back to a question in a moment. Let me just run through these. I found it very disjointed and poor last night, but I think we had to make changes to see what works and what doesn't. Yeah, exactly what we've just said. Brentford, a better side than I thought they were going to be, though. Agreed. Yeah, and I think if you refer back to the top tier list episode, I said this, and everyone said, "Oh no," but I knew Brentford wouldn't be what everyone thought they were going to be this season. I just had this feeling. I don't know, but it's interesting to watch, and kudos to them.
Yeah.
Really am not sure on Julian Arajo, though. Yeah, Julio Soler looks like a great little player. Yeah, I agree on Arajo. Lost his head yesterday. He's going to take a lot of moulding, should I say, to become the character and mentality that AFC Bournemouth are trying to get, I think.
He's not the right back we want, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it like that, but
Come on, just spew it out.
yeah. So what's done it for you? What's the defining thing for you?
Here, mentality. To be honest with you, it's a professional footballer has to have the complete. Well, like we always say, has to tick all the boxes. It's not only about being fit, physical, all the attributes associated with playing. It's the mentality, the attitude, the character. And if you've got these iffy situations, you have to leave them off the pitch, leave them in the dressing room, and concentrate for the full amount of minutes you're on the field.
Yeah.
And not let anybody bug you or anybody wind you up. I mean, I know that's part of the game of football, that they do try to do that, but you've got to let it go.
Yeah, and I think absolutely it's a part of football. But when you're trying to break into a squad and you've been given your time and you've been given your minutes, you don't act like that. There's other ways that you manage that emotion, and you don't bring it out on the pitch. It's rare that we see that for Bournemouth players, to be honest.
I think it's going to be a long while before we see him on the field again.
Yeah, it could be. Daniel, at least he didn't make this mistake in the Premier League, and we are still in the other cup. Exactly. Yeah. This is what
good point.
Back to. Unfortunately, as he's clearly said in post-interview, he didn't have this foresight or this hindsight. But now that it's happened, I guarantee he's going to be taking as many lessons from it as possible. Chris Hubble. Good evening, everyone. Evening, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Dan Shaw, any outgoings or incomings, please? Yeah, we're going to come to that in just a moment, Dan. Sean, I'm on and off is working, but Soler was the poorest, so lightweight, and besides the last 5, Krupi and Julian was best players to me. So this brings me to one of my questions, Malcolm, and chat. Krupi and James Hill. 2 players I couldn't make my mind up last night. I've come away thinking and feeling that Krupi put his heart and effort into a lot of stuff last night. He was really giving it his all. He was trying to work things through, maybe a bit too greedy when taking shots, and he could have passed. But he was giving it a good effort. Whereas James Hill didn't perform as well as I was hoping he would perform.
Could there be something in his mind about a possible move?
Yeah, there could be. Yeah, and this comes back to the psychology of the players, right, which we've discussed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm really pleased that Krupi got some minutes last night. So,
and what was your overall thoughts on him?
Well, I didn't see it. Like I said, I only got it on the audio. But no, good that he got a run out. It's been a long time coming, but I didn't expect him to get thrown straight in anyway. But we'll just see how it develops with him. I'm sure it will. Will.
Yeah, I agree. Chris Apple says, what pub are you in? I'm in North Wales, Chris, in the Guildhall Tavern in Denbigh, if you must know. Craig Arajo loses his position way too often. He has pace, but as you say, doesn't have the mentality. I think Frano and Thiago need to look at a right back to challenge Smudge and loan Julian to the champ.
Yeah. Or Europe somewhere.
I don't think Championship's the right move this time.
No.
Other times, as you know, we've always said, "Oh, go to the Championship, go to the Championship." But yeah, this time I don't think that's the right move for him. I think he should be in Europe. Just getting to grips with different leagues, different mentalities, maybe even different cultures, maybe even growing up a bit. Do I go as far as saying that? But
no, you're quite right. That's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right to say that. Yeah.
Craig, I think you need another pint holiday. Take us on the tour. Not happening during the podcast, Craig. No, not happening. But you're more than welcome to come up and we can do it from here together, Craig, if you wish. Sean, I haven't seen so much sideways and backwards passing for a long time. Yeah, it felt uncomfortable. It was a bit unpleasant to watch. It just didn't feel like home, you know. Sometimes you watch Bournemouth and you get that little feeling, and you know that you're watching Bournemouth, and you know that you've been on this journey building towards something. And last night, it just took me out of that a little bit. A bit like watching England. Do you know what I mean? You build up this big. I do. I used to build up a big thing to watch them, and then something would happen, and you'd just be like, "Oh, it's just bloody England again," right? And last night, I just thought, what am I watching? Because it's not Bournemouth. So I hope to God that all this has done is teach Andoni exactly what to do and what not to do moving forward.
He's got to learn as well.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, you're right.
All right, so and he will have that marked down. Mark my words, he will have that written down somewhere. That he will never, ever do that again.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I don't know if you remember, but Brentford has always been my trump squad for me. It's just that I hate playing them. And I didn't realise until I watched last night's game, the stat came out. Over the last 7 games, well, now 8, we've drawn 2, lost 6. So it shows. It shows that, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is or who we're playing. Football's football, and some teams are just you ain't going to get past. And for us, it seems to be Brentford that is that team, irrelevant of what Andoni did.
Yeah, okay, but we got one other weekend with Wolves. We got that one out of the way. Okay, last time was a cup game, so let's see if we can do better in the league.
We've got Tottenham, right? We've got Tottenham. It's going to be a big game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm more hopeful than I was about yesterday's game, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for you guys who can actually watch it, it's always something to look forward to. Whatever game it is, I will be able to see Tottenham on the weekend, which is good.
Yeah.
And I'm already quite excited because of the way Tottenham play.
Yeah.
Now that Thomas Frank's there, so it should be quite an open and end-to-end game, I would think.
Yeah. Just to go to the chat, Ethan, question: what do you think of Scott?
Scott the anti-hat-trick? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you think?
Alex Scott, let's just say he's developing. I think that's the best way to describe it. He's developing, he's still young, and he will get better. But you can only get better when you're playing minutes, mate.
Yeah, and do you think, again, last night he maybe got dragged into it a little bit and, maybe made some decisions that he wouldn't have normally made with the other teammates and the other squad around him?
It's difficult to comment, really, Ollie, but being that with all the changes that come in, he probably felt as though he was almost like a senior player, with all the newbies around him. So I don't know. You mentioned about the mentality, the attitude, and it will rub off on other players. You will actually see that. as a fan watching a game in the stadium, you will notice it even more. So, yeah, I think they've all got to just say, look, let's bin this one now. We know what we've done wrong. We know what the problems were, and let's kick on. It is a hard take, but it's it's football, and you can't sit still. You really have just got to put it away in a cupboard now, and then move on to the next one. But now, obviously, for the team, that means next day on the training ground, talk things over, and let's go again.
Yep.
So,
yeah, couldn't agree with that more. Sean, at least it was cheaper than a normal ticket.
Depends how many beers you had.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, very true. Chris Hubble, can AFCB get Kobe Maino?
That's a good, interesting one, isn't it?
You know what? I've thought about that all day. I saw Kobe Maino. I saw the story about him earlier, and I haven't been able to get it out of my head.
Why, oh why, do Manchester want to let him go?
But more importantly, why isn't he being snapped up by everyone else? That's my question. Like, what?
There's got to be something there, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm trying to place him in people's teams. I'm trying to place him in squads, and I just can't. Like,
No.
He's got a real specific play about him, and I don't necessarily rate him. I don't think he would be terrible for Bournemouth. I think he wouldn't be necessarily. No, I think he could be one of these players that develops with the squad.
Yeah. Different system, different style of play.
Yeah.
I mean, potential that he's got. Come on.
And I feel like he wants it. He's hungry to show himself. Yeah. So I feel like a golden season with Bournemouth. You know how some players have got.
If you go to Manchester United, you've done your career.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, imagine when would we have ever been able to say that he was taking a step up by coming to us for a season? Imagine that. Leaving United and coming to AFC Bournemouth, and it makes the most out of his career. That's exactly. Ethan Burney, exactly what I said to my mum last night, Ollie. It's like watching England. Yeah, I don't want to feel that feeling more. It's not a feeling that I enjoy, to be honest. I got rid of that feeling a little while ago, and it's not something I want to start adapting to with watching Bournemouth. So, a flying comment, Ethan. But I'll leave it there for now.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's Brentford done and dusted in the past. Let's learn from it and move on. We go to Tottenham. Let's remind people of our predictions. Malcolm, what was your prediction? 2-2 at Tottenham.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. That's annoying. So I want to go 2-2 as well. I'm going to go 3-2. Oh no, all right, fine. I'm going to go 2-2 as well because that's exactly what I think. So yeah. 2-2.
Go with your feeling. Go with your feeling.
And in regards to outgoing players, that was next. Sorry, there's a lot going on around me. I'm trying to keep focused. Just before we go to outgoing players, let's just hit up these guys. Graziano Piervan, welcome to Cherry PM this time. Totally disagree. Soler was one of the better players last night.
Thank you.
Yeah, you said this earlier, didn't you? You made a point. He just finishes off his sentence there, says, keep pushing. Yeah, I mean, this comes back to the mentality thing, Graziano. It comes back to the hunger, wanting to be proving yourself on the pitch in the right way, rather than rubbing everyone up the wrong way, which you don't want to be doing in trying to get minutes on the pitch. So, Chris Hubble, 2-2 also for Tottenham. Daniel, 3-2 to Bournemouth. Yeah, love that. Sean, losing a game is never good in any competition, but for us, Premier League survival is the most important thing, so it's the best of the worst loss. Yeah, agreed. It couldn't have come at a better time. Yeah, that's it. It couldn't have come at a better time. You'll leave it there.
I'm glad we got it out of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Dan Short, 3-1 Bournemouth. Okay, nice. Love it. Love the optimism, guys. Appreciate that. Now, just on to outgoings. We've got a couple of things that have happened today and yesterday. Chris Metham, first of all, has gone to West Brom officially, not to Rangers, which I think is a strange move. I think Rangers would have been awesome for him, but he's gone to West Brom, which we wish him the best. I love Chris. I think he's been fantastic for Bournemouth over the years, and again, he's kind of one of those players that really sticks to the Bournemouth vision, right?
I don't know if it's a permanent deal or loan deal or whatever. I haven't heard anything. All I heard was that the medical is today. So what's the news tomorrow? Basically, I would think sometime in the morning something will come up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not actually undisclosed at the moment. Same as Phil Bill going to Midland.
Midland.
Yeah, Midland. And that's an undisclosed fee as well, but he's officially gone on a permanent deal too.
Well, I read somewhere. It was only 5 million.
Oh, have you? Oh, I've not read that anywhere.
Yeah.
I've not read that anywhere.
So it's peanuts, really.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
But they got him off the wage bill. That's the thing.
It did indeed, and I know that obviously it's probably not the ideal move for him as a career. But again, wish him the best. I know that a lot of Bournemouth fans love Phil Bill and have a lot of time for him. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Liam Humby, just coming to this, says Tottenham Bournemouth 1-1, and so does Ethan. Ethan also goes 1-1 as well. In regards to outgoing still, Alex Poulsen has gone out on loan, as we all know. Covering some others, Daniel Adjei. I think we've wasted someone there, possibly. I'm not sure why he's gone out permanently, but he has.
Gutted with that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so am I, mate. So am I. There's what we don't know is that there's reasons behind closed doors, isn't there? Always.
Obviously. So,
we can't necessarily judge or have an opinion. If he's gone after, especially scoring that goal after he had a few minutes on the pitch.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one, but we know no more, unfortunately. Other than that,
there is one other.
Go for it.
Well, there's nothing confirmed, but Craig's best reporter has put something out this evening. Traore, has got interest from Auxerre. Who else was it? I did mention this before.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, some French teams, Lille and.
So Lyon, Marseille
Lyon.
and Auxerre. Yeah, Lyon, Marseille and Auxerre. Yeah, so obviously keep your eyes peeled for that tomorrow. I would guess maybe sometime during the day it'll be up on Sky Sports Transfer News, which is you'll get all the updates there anyway. But that is only like showing an interest. It doesn't mean that he will be going. But watch this space. And we haven't heard anything more on Axel, have we?
No, Disassi from Chelsea. No, not yet. But there's still time. Still got.
Which I find quite interesting that Meps is gone, or will be, signed to West Brom. So obviously we need a centre back, and that will fall into place. It's the same with Dango going.
Exactly.
And we got Adler. So
it would make sense.
It
seems like it probably would happen. It seems like it probably would happen because it's going to make sense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if anybody else has got anything.
I don't think so. Coming back to Craig, you have to say that about Meps, Ollie. The locals won't be happy if you don't. The pitchforks would be out. Yeah. Well, luckily for him, I don't have to lie about Meps. He's a lovely chap. I've actually met him a couple of times, and what a guy! Been fantastic for the club as well. Putting some solid performances. How can we complain?
Yeah, I mean, Championship is ideal for him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean, he is a solid Championship player. No two ways about it. He's just trying to make that step up to Premier League. it's very hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be honest with you. But we can only wish him well, and see, what the future brings for him.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that rounds it off for Cherry PM. I'm glad that we finally got to you on this Wednesday. Apologies for the technical issues this morning. It seems that most people have got here, apart from the Australian guys, which is unfortunate. They'll just have to watch it back, which is fine.
Yeah.
Just get all the updates. But from us for now, especially for me, I won't see you guys till next week. I've got a lot going on, moving house and all sorts. So up the cherries and have a fantastic weekend ahead.
Yeah, good luck, Ollie. Good luck. Good evening, everybody in the chat. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on with Craig. So, up the cherries.
Up the cherries. Thanks.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.